No more, how to set up a condenser mic? Are you an artist of some sort who is ready to get into the league of professionals? Which is why you have spent a couple of bucks on the new condenser microphone setup? Well, of course, you are, and indeed you have too. However, if you still are on the fence and going through a balking phase, where before making any move, you need guidance about what it takes to set up a condenser microphone, don't worry and read on. What do you need for a condenser mic? A single condenser microphone will not work on its own. For a proper condenser microphone setup, few essentials are required besides having a microphone. Let us tell you about the essential accessories you need here. A condenser microphone stand. XLR cable, connecting the condenser microphone to the power source. Phantom power, USB audio interface. Step 1, how to set up condenser mic stand? First things first, prepare to place the microphone stand at the position where you want the sound to be caught through the condenser microphone. Try to get a noise-free area to work with the microphone on the stand. Otherwise, many excess surrounding sounds can enter the condenser microphone since it captures detailed and delicate frequencies. Don't forget to make sure that the stand is firm in its place, otherwise, it will spoil the intended, recorded voice into the microphone. If you are still evaluating your choices about the microphone stand, you can get an idea with the listed stands below. Tripod stand, the traditional choice for all-purpose use. Tripod boom stand, better choice with an expendable arm to cover long-distance area for the microphone. Round base stand, the best choice for stage use, compact sized, means less area coverage, offers firm grip while rigid enough to avoid a sudden trip. Low profile stands, best choice to use for musical instruments like guitar and kick drums. Desktop stands, ideal clamping style choice for in-house recordings like podcasts. Overhead stands, great for working around extreme angles and altitudes, used with professional equipment, therefore are a bit expensive than the usual stands. Step 2, how do I install a condenser mic? After getting the mic stand ready, it's time to install the condenser microphone by using a connecting wire XLR cable. Don't freak out by watching two plugs in the same cable. Those are called male and female parts according to the charges, / they possess. Now what you have to do is, work with the male part of the XLR cable, which goes into the condenser microphone connected to the microphone stand. If you happen to have a shock mount at hand, it will be attached along with this XLR cable series as well. Apart from the above items, you would be holding another thing in your hand, which is probably a clamp. Some XLR cables have that clamp that goes into the microphone in a clicking manner. If you felt or heard a clicking sound, it means it is successfully connected. Step 3, how do I connect my condenser mic to audio interface? To gain the required signal, the condenser microphone needs to charge the plates with an electrical current. An external power source is used to provide the condenser microphone setup with the acquired voltage range, which is typically a 48 volts. Therefore, last but not least, remember we left the female part of the XLR cable unplugged? That is the one we need now. Hold it and push it into the audio interface input, phantom power. It should be on the input 5 or 6 on your hard disk recorder. After placing all the wires at their corresponding places, the basic procedure to set up a condenser microphone should be followed without any trouble. If the phantom power is turned on, don't even think of plugging the condenser microphone inside. You wouldn't want to ruin your microphone or preamp by face a short circuit. Before purchasing a phantom power, make sure its voltage compatibility matches your condenser microphone's requirement. Otherwise, your investment will go in vain. Can you use a condenser mic without phantom power? Although you can run a condenser microphone without an audio interface, or any mixing board, working it without phantom power is not a reliable move to make. Even if you succeed at catching a signal somehow, it will be so shaky and unstable that you won't be able to hear a thing. Regardless of using a phantom power or a battery source, a condenser mic requires a robust power connection to function correctly. After going through this guide, you should now be well trained to set up a condenser microphone, wherever and whenever you want. Even though condenser microphone setup is not a complex task to pull off, when people are not familiar with the accessories of the fanatically bought setup of a condenser microphone, the lack of know-how about the condenser microphone setup becomes the actual cause of the problem.